Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Love our style at Quartz Optical, Toscana, Ray-Ban, Armani, and much more with up to 75% off selected frames. Buy that frame and pay nothing for 30 days. Book your eye examination online today on www.quartzoptical.com. We've got the frames you love only at Quartz Optical. Value you can't see. Special conditions apply.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, the executive chairman of Sandals Resort International, Adam Stewart, has announced that Sandals will be increasing its investment of $100 million in the proposed beaches, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Resort. Mr. Stewart made the announcement on Monday while on a visit to the island to give a status update on his company's plans for the construction of the 350-room beaches resort at Bocamet Bay, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The executive chairman and his team, while presenting the design concept for beaches St. Vincent and the Grenadines resort, expressed their excitement about the project. This hotel will be second to none of anything we have ever done. Anywhere, it will be a bold statement, not just for the destination, but more so the evolution of the Sandals brands and the guest experiences alike, Stewart said. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Carlos James, in acknowledging his satisfaction with the ongoing project, stated, "We look forward to the construction and operational phase of Beaches St. Vincent and the Grenadines Resort, which will be the first of its kind in the Eastern Caribbean." According to Minister James, Beaches St. Vincent and the Grenadines Resort is now projected to employ more persons during its operational phase. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has called for there to be a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of teenage motorcyclist CJ Weeks. Prime Minister Gonsalves, while speaking on NBC Radio, spoke of plans to communicate with the Attorney General about the matter.
I've been reading statements from the police. I wanted to get statements. The young man who died, CJ Weeks, because I'm going to speak to the Attorney General today. I spoke to the Commissioner about it already, that we need to have the coroner's inquest very quickly because he died in a sudden or unnatural circumstance, and let evidence be done for the coroner's court, which is required by the Coroner's Act. And one or two others, a few others, but this one, they have all the preparation, they have the things ready, well, more or less, from what I've seen. What I was sent, I requested before I came back. Even before I left, I requested of the Commissioner to make sure that this matter is investigated thoroughly, like all matters. You know, when a young man dies like this, we have to make sure the investigation is thorough and that every I is dotted and every T is crossed, and you get it to the coroner's court as soon as possible.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. CJ Weeks was admitted to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital on Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. According to reports on that day, Weeks was riding his motorcycle at Vermont when he was reportedly run over by a police vehicle during a case. He suffered multiple injuries, including a broken spine, which paralyzed him. The teenager died at the hospital 4 days later on February 6th. Still on the local scene, the decrease in active cases of COVID-19 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues with the recoveries of 4 persons from the virus, leaving active cases in country at 9. 1 new PCR COVID-19 case and 3 new rapid antigen cases were also confirmed by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment's COVID-19 update. There were no new COVID-19 deaths recorded, which means that SVG's COVID-19 death toll remains at 106. Of those 106 deaths, 5 of the deceased were fully vaccinated, 1 was partially vaccinated, and 100 were unvaccinated. There are currently no patients admitted for care at the COVID-19 ward at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. There have been 6,742 COVID-19 vaccines. There have been 6,742 COVID-19 cases recorded in St. Vincent and the Grenadines since March of 2020. On to news in the region. CARICOM leaders have expressed deep concern with the United Kingdom-backed Commission of Inquiry into allegations of corruption in the British Virgin Islands, the BVI, listing among their concerns the lack of transparency. Earlier this year, the governor of this British Overseas Territory, John Rankin, announced he had granted the Commission of Inquiry a second extension to complete its final report. The commission, headed by retired British Judge Gary Hickenbottom, has until April to submit its report, with the inquiry citing delays in getting required information from the BVI government as the cause of the delay. Former Governor Augustus Jasper established the Commission of Inquiry nearly a year ago to look into allegations of corruption and abuse of office by elected and statutory officials. The Commission is also mandated to make recommendations on local government operations, including the territory's law enforcement and justice systems. Two men who are wanted in the United States for separate sex crimes have been extradited from Guyana to face their crimes. The U.S. Embassy in Georgetown said that Julian Yip and Karim Hack were successfully extradited on February 25th. Yip will face charges in Pennsylvania for rape, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, and sexual assault committed in 2017. Hack, who is a United States citizen, is facing charges in Florida for sexual battery, procuring a person under 18 for prostitution, and attempt to commit sexual battery committed in 2006. Hack was previously featured on America's Most Wanted in October 2008. In August 2021, the United States government made a formal request for the extradition of Hack and Yip, and they were arrested and placed before the courts in early February 2022. The two did not contest the charges and were subsequently extradited. This is the fourth extradition of U.S. fugitives from Guyana to the United States in the last 25 years. On the international scene, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg says there is evidence Russia is using cluster bombs in its invasion. At a news conference, he told reporters, "We have seen the use of cluster bombs and we have seen reports of use of other types of weapons, which would be in violation of international law." He also says the Western military alliance would not set up a no-fly zone over Ukraine, nor send its troops there, but promises other help to Kiev and urged President Vladimir Putin to end the invasion immediately. Meanwhile, Ukraine says several people were killed and injured when Russia attacked and seized control of Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. The UN's nuclear watchdog, the International Atomic Energy Agency, says that none of the safety systems at the plant were affected and there was no release of radioactive material. But nuclear experts said the attack created a very risky situation. If a reactor, the device responsible for generating energy in a nuclear power plant, and the building housing it are damaged, the reactor could overheat and lead to a core meltdown. Radiation from the plant could then leak into the surrounding environment. If people were exposed to this radiation, it could cause severe immediate and long-term health impacts, including cancer. And finally, in sports, Coach Ivan Lendl and Andy Murray are getting back together again, with the two due to start work in the United States next month. They will spend several weeks training after this month's Miami Masters as Murray prepares for the grass court season, which starts in June. Murray had already decided to skip the clay court season from April to June. He won 2 Wimbledon titles, the 2012 US Open, and 2 Olympic gold medals while working with Lendl. Murray also became the world number 1 under the coach. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Union Island, we're coming to you. Join us on Thursday 3rd and Friday 4th March at the U Mulzac Square in Clifton, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Great prices on small appliances, TVs, electronics, and more from Quartz. Get free eye exams, plus 50% off sunglasses from Quartz Optical, and quick approval loans from Quartz Ready Cash, with the chance to win amazing prizes. It's March Madness in Union Island, Thursday 3rd and
Friday 4, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Great deals and huge savings are coming your way. See you